Couldn't be happier that Salt didn't get it and wasn't even close. I don't mind Salty Greppa. I don't mind him. They probably got hundreds, if not thousands of subs to avoid commercials so that they didn't miss anything. Yeah. Well, what I was watching, like Greppo was, they just basically were hiding their chat, more or less. I know he had the left-hand side of his screen blurred like in a box when I was watching him for a second. Because I was kind of skipping through other people. A whole bunch of people. A lot of people don't like Salty Greppo because of his takes on nerfs and buffs that he thinks are needed in the game. And him being a elite player can sometimes skew. Let's just say, I don't think Destiny, anybody over there at Bungie looks at Salty Greppo and says, we should definitely do what that guy says. I think he's just voicing his opinion just because he wins World First Raid, you know, what was it, 2 or 3 years in a row? Was it 2 or 3? He got his nerfs and was what, 6 or 7 hours before or behind World First? Yeah. Where did he come in at, Dexty? Do you know what place? I just don't understand why people are complaining about the world's first race and people hiding what they were doing, because it's a competition. It's meant to be a competition. You're supposed to finish first. So if you figure something out that somebody else doesn't figure out, which look at that background right now. That's fucking gorgeous. I love that. Why wouldn't you hide your shit? Because you just let somebody know. Essentially, that's what the world first team did. They already had information on the first 2 encounters when they started. The entire first 2 encounters were already completed when they got started. At least that's what it looked like from the VOD. That's what it looked like from the VOD. Because they had a coach as well that was calling everything out. And then, yeah. I mean, he basically, before they ever reached the first 2, he was already explaining everything about the first 2 encounters. But granted, these guys were on point too. Just goes to show, if you want to be like a world first raid, like if you want to compete on that level, man, oh man, these guys got the call outs down. They had everything. It was pretty intense to listen to. It was pretty badass. It was nice. I watched it for maybe an hour and a half last night. I watched it, if that, maybe about an hour. And then I fell asleep finally watching it. It was probably like 7 o'clock this morning. If the competition is that important, don't stream at all. Well, then listen, Dexy, I get what you're saying, but why then are they not allowed to stream? Just don't watch their stream. I'm so tired of everybody telling everybody else what to do with their shit. You know what I mean? Like, let them do their thing. If they want to hide it, just let them hide it. Don't watch their stream if you don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. I mean, it's a competition, you know? It is. Nothing mattered but the 4th encounter. Yeah, the 4th encounter is where everybody kind of got caught up at. I'm just so tired of everybody telling everybody else to do with shit that isn't theirs. You know what I mean? This is kind of like, I don't know how many times, like, I can't even tell you since I've come back to streaming, the amount of people that told me what I should be doing with my stream. It's not your fucking stream. All right. If you don't like it, don't watch it. And it's the same with anybody, man. You know, it's like it's somebody else is putting in their time. I'm the one that's putting in 300 hours in a month to make sure my stream is the way that I want. And it's the same way with these other streamers that are doing in the competition. You know, for someone to tell them what they should or shouldn't be doing, these guys have poured how many hours of their life into getting on point with their teams and making sure that their call outs are good and everything. And I don't know, man, it just doesn't sit right with me, people telling other people what to do with their stuff. If you don't like what you're watching, watch something else, is what I always say. That's what I do personally. And I seen it when there was one, I forget who it was. I jumped in on somebody. They didn't even have a face cam or nothing, but they had shit that was hidden on the screen. And I watched it for a second to see where they were at and started like but then I just moved on to the next one, and I started watching like I watched Glad for a little while, and then I watched Gathalion and them over there. I did not watch Twitch Rivals because I didn't like that all over the screen. There was a whole bunch of fucking advertisement for Twitch Rivals when it's supposed to be about the raid. So I watched something else. I watched it somewhere else, you know? But yeah, that fourth encounter was pretty crazy, wasn't it? Everybody trying to figure out the shapes and everything was pretty nuts. The problem is that a bunch of people, this is Dexy, by the way, he says, problem is that a bunch of people probably subbed with the assumption that they would be able to view and almost everything in the race. Why would you sub before? You know what I mean? If those people were, all them people, yeah, I get what you're saying, but anybody that subbed to a channel prior to watching it probably already watches that channel already. So he should have had a disclaimer or some shit. Which one are you referring to? Who are you referring to, Dexty? Is it Salty? Is it Salt that you're talking about, or somebody else? I don't know. I really have a problem with everybody trying to control everything that's not in their control. I've really Salt, Dado, all of them. All right. See, I have a problem with everybody trying to control shit that is... Everybody has gotten to a point now where they believe that the world should fucking revolve around them. And this is coming from somebody who obviously is a streamer and thinks the world should revolve around them. But with that being said, I don't go out of my way to bitch and gripe about, like, I don't know. It bothers me. It bothers me. I don't like hearing a bunch of complaining, to be honest. Like, I try to stay up because it gets me complaining like I am right now. You know what I mean? Essentially, now I'm complaining about complaining, right? I hate the drama. Why is there gotta be fucking drama around everything, you know? It's a world first raid. Fucking gotta be drama, bro. Listen, it took 19 hours. It's the hardest raid. Not enough. Let's dramatize it more. Bro, they had their fucking screen blurred on the left-hand side in about an 8x8 inch fucking box. I'm done. I'm fucking done with Destiny. Destiny, worst expansion ever. What? I don't know. I seen all the shit last night and I was like, Jesus Christ, man. People fucking find anything to complain about. I don't know how I feel about it. I wouldn't have, I didn't subscribe to anybody because I just don't watch enough streams right now. If anybody I would have subscribed to, what is up, Smalls, by the way? How are you? What up, Smalls? You're gaming tonight, right? What time you playing? It's halfway done. What's halfway? Oh, your download. I only subbed to Daddy Sauce. That's my boy. 8:39. All right. Wow, it's 3:36. We literally got off on a tangent. For those that don't know what we're talking about, after stream yesterday, I had got off stream. I jumped on X, which is fucking brilliant there, right? You should definitely get on Twitter after you're done with your stream. And I must have seen about 8 different posts about people complaining that people that were in the world's first race were hiding portions of their screen, meaning their chat, because they were putting their call outs in chat so that everybody knows, like, hey, triangle, whatever, you know, or this shape or something like that. And that hiding, people were pissed off that they were hiding some of their screen. Why? Because they like to... Listen, I'm just going to say it flat out. The whole fucking race is a sham anyways. At some point or another, every team got information from somebody in their chat from their stream that watched somebody else complete an encounter and then went to them and told them information. So what's really the problem here? I mean, is the whole thing is a sham. Might as well just show it. Now that I said that out loud, Dexty, everybody might as well just fucking show it. Because everybody fucking knew already at that point. Hours of their streams were face cams and no comms. It really wasn't just blurred buffs. I didn't see any of that. And we were looking at the front page during the stream, and I didn't see any of that. But even then, if that's what they want to do with their stream, you know, yeah, no comms, so boring, yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to be able to hear the comms and shit, but even so, like, if that's what they want to do, whatever, man, let them do it. Watch something else. That's what I say. Why do we have to take to Twitter and fucking complain about it and create drama around some shit? I just wouldn't sub to that person anymore if that's what I was subbing for their channel to watch, you know? Hours of Encounter 4. Yeah, I didn't see any of that. I'm sorry. We'll agree to disagree. I don't think I'll ever disagree with you over literally anything. Every relationship, hand jobs and bubble baths, will eventually have a disagreement. No, I don't. Listen, man. I can't say 100%. I think that if, you know, I'm not gonna fucking tiptoe around it. I'm just gonna say it. It's their fucking stream. You don't have any say in what they do on their stream. If you don't like it, don't sub. If you don't like what you're seeing, don't watch it. If it's not entertaining, hence Captain Smalls just said, no comms, boring, I'm going to a different stream. I don't understand why everybody has to have control over everybody else's shit nowadays. Everyone has to act like somehow that their opinion matters to somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, that didn't come out right. I didn't mean that the way that sounded. Everyone has to act like their opinion has to force other people into doing what they want them to do. And it doesn't. How often do we all say it? We all say, they don't fucking like it, fuck them. We all say that all the time. I don't know. I'm off on a tangent now. I don't know. I really don't. I'm tired of people expecting other people to cater to them. Especially when it's something like a world first raid that is a competition. It's literally a competition. Granted, I would never I'm not hiding my screen. I want you guys to see all that business. But for those that want to, it's all good, you know? Let them do what they want. I don't know what's going on, but I agree, says Python. Python, we were talking about the controversy around a lot of streamers hiding portions of their screen. And apparently, I didn't know about this, but Dexy says that there were people that were just showing their face and putting no comms so you couldn't hear what they were doing in a lot of encounters for the world's first raid that was happening. So you buy a movie ticket for a movie, but you didn't pay to watch these guys do. Anybody, here's what I have a problem with, Dexy. Anybody who subbed for one reason. If you sub to somebody that you weren't, okay, world first rating is coming. You want to watch it. Nobody pre-subbed anybody that they weren't already watching, that they weren't already going to subscribe to. And if you did it so that you could get an emblem, not so that you could watch the raid. And if you did get your emblem or you did subscribe, like, I don't know. It says, let me read your whole comment before I go off. It says, Dexy says, if you buy a movie ticket for a movie 10 years in a wait, projector goes out and you don't get a refund and you get to see, all you get to see is the credits. I don't think it's that serious, man. It's $5 and most people did it to get an emblem. And they could have watched it on literally thousands of other streams. Thousands of other streams. Yeah, completely different venue. I mean, it's not one, it's not like, in this case, you would be buying a ticket that you could view at any theater across the entire country, if that makes sense. I don't know. Like you said, Dexy, we'll agree to disagree on this one. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion and totally within your right, man. Totally within your right. And I understand where you're coming from. It's not like I don't understand it. That's for sure. Like, I do get it, but I don't think it's worth everybody freaking out about. It definitely wasn't worth me wasting 17 minutes of the stream talking about it, I'll tell you that. But once I started talking about it, I couldn't stop. I am firing up the game right now, by the way, you guys. I'm sorry, Rocket. No, Dexty, no. That's exact. No, I like talking about this with you guys. Plus, I like if other people don't know what's going on, them, you know, get to hear what's going on. Spread the drama, you know, spread it. Yeah, no, don't say sorry at all, Dexty. That's no, I like these conversations. Jesus, I'm not here for a couple of days. I come back with this BS. Exactly, right? I watched all 29 hours of black screen because the stream shows his literally everything. Because the streamer shows his literally Captain Smalls, I want you to retype that fucking right now. Don't you come in here with all that crap. We're rolling Warlock today, by the way. Asshole sticky dick. Not an asshole, man. And you're still welcome, Dexy. Always, always. Whoops, stroke. He stroked out. Smalls is stroking out on us, everybody. I get what people, I get why people might have been a little upset about it, but I don't think it's worth making a big deal about, if that makes sense. It's probably not worth freaking out about. It's just, listen, it's just a world first race. Honestly, according to the numbers, 78% of you will never fucking ever play the raid anyway, so I don't know what you're so worried about. You're never gonna fucking touch the raid to begin with. I prefer my stream to not have content at all, says Captain Smalls. Zero content. Mission accomplished, Smalls. Mission accomplished. I'm just saying, you haven't streamed in literally 5 years. I was watching Redeem, so this entire deal didn't affect me at all. Exactly. That's what I did. I was watching them as well, Dexty. I was watching Glad. I watched Glad and I watched a little bit of Gathalion. I watched some of FM3. Did he end up, did Fran Mirabella, did he end up finishing last night? I don't know if he ended up finishing or not. I wish I would have watched Redeem. Do you? Captain Smalls, who did you watch? Did you watch anybody at all? Some of their shape misnaming was driving me literally insane. Dude, I was listening to that at work. Their whole portion of the fourth encounter. I was listening to that all at work, and my God, they were all over the place. They were jumping from one thing to another. It was insane. They were like, should we try this? And then they would forget all about what they were trying. Then they'd go off onto something else. And yeah. You were watching Just Chatting, aka Prawn? Porn. He meant porn, everybody. You watched Dado? Did you? Now, did Dado do any of the hiding of the screen stuff, or did he just blur? Glad saying he has a science and math background and couldn't name half of the shapes. Glad. He cracks me up. He's funny. He's an idiot. The good kind of idiot. That was definitely an experience listening to it, because I couldn't see what was happening. I just had my phone in my back pocket and one earbud in and just listening to it all happen. I'm like, what the fucking sphere and cylinder and oh, Jesus Christ. So then they were like, dude, it's a square. So I'm like, it's two squares. A square or a cube is a square and a square. They're like, no, it's square triangle. I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any fucking sense. It was so stupid to listen to it. It's a cylinder. I was like, that's a circle and a circle. It's a circle triangle. I'm like, what the fuck is happening, bro? I didn't know that in their room, they're looking at essentially a screen that's giving them shapes. I'm like, no. I thought that it had to take a 3D object and take two objects that were 2D in order to make it into the 3D object. So they were saying cylinder. I'm like, that's a circle and a circle. It's all good. Easy. No, they were like circle triangle. I'm like, you're not. What the fuck is happening? He hit it. Dado hit it. They should have let Error run shit. I think he had a good grasp early on. Yeah, he was the one. Well, a couple of people were like, why don't we just go back with what we were doing in the beginning? And they just never did go back to the beginning and do that. So, yeah, you're kind of right. So cool that we, there's one thing that I love about Destiny is that we all can sit down after the fact and like have these conversations and bond over it. Like, I fucking love that. I love that about Destiny. They overtalked him because he's not as outspoken. Yeah. Well, there was a couple of times where somebody was like, dude, I just say we go with what we were already doing. Like you were already onto something. So we're going to go into we're going to do this is the second half, by the way, of the exotic quest that we're on. The exotic quest that we're on is called Destined Heroes. We already did the Lost in the Light quest yesterday. That was with Misrax. That one was fucking dope. I like that one. Essentially, we hunted down Misrax's, the murderer of his mom. Today we're gonna go see what Found in the Dark actually is. We'll get to a landing zone and jump in there. I guess we got to go from here, right? I guess so. It's so hard too because there was really, here's one thing that Destiny does far too much. And Dexty, tell me if you agree with this. Destiny assumes that you know a final outcome too much. Like they assume that it's almost like when something's done and you figured something out,
inbound to your position, Guardian.
You see that, okay, Destiny thought I already knew this portion of it. And like Bungie they don't give you the connecting piece to a lot of, like, here's one thing, here's what it's got to lead to, but they forget to give you the thing that connects the two. Which I guess in some cases, a lot of people will be like, well, that's hand holding. And I understand that, but I don't know. I just feel like sometimes Destiny just, yeah, it does that. Yeah, you totally agree. Like there's always something missing in the middle and you have to like literally trial and error your way through. And then you get it and you're like, well, yeah, now it fucking makes sense. Did you forget to tell me that, Bungie? Like I get upset about it. I really do. I'm like, what the fuck? Why didn't you fucking just tell me that? It cracks me up. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot though. Pay no mind to me. All right. So let's head off in the direction. Let's go get, oh wait, we can. Yes, we can. Excuse me, bitch. Coming through. I hit him with a sparrow. How did I miss that? Do I have, I do have my sword on. Nice. Fucking winner. Oh man, wait, I can't tell you how many times, this is Dexy by the way, he says, I can't tell you how many times I try not to look up how to do something and I have to submit and look up a video. Exactly. That's one thing Bungie's really bad at is giving you that connecting piece. There needs to be listen, anytime there's a puzzle of sorts, there's always got to be a trail of breadcrumbs. And Destiny tends to stop giving you a breadcrumb and then like leave you in a big gap where you don't have any breadcrumb leading to the next portion of what you're supposed to be doing. And you just sort of left there like, what the fuck? No, you don't. What? My Luna's Howl God mode is equipped. We got a portal? What's the portal for? There couldn't possibly, if I go through this portal, I couldn't possibly not be able to get back through, right? Where does it go? It's Zavala's place. Okay. So Zavala's place has a portal outside that leads deep inside the Traveler. The worst one is proof of new lights. Maybe it's better now, but I literally couldn't even help some friends that tried to get in the game. You're talking to somebody who literally had to have Captain Smalls up to 2 weeks ago. I had to have Captain Smalls stream his view, his screen in Discord so that I could watch what he was doing and let him know what he had to do. You built the Godlock last night? Oh! And shit, you're not wrong. Finished a quest in a Catalyst solo by myself. Smalls, you did not. I don't believe you did anything by yourself. That's a lie. Everybody shame him for being a liar.
Shame.
Shame.
Shame. Shame.
You deserved it. We know you didn't do anything by yourself, Smalls. Hey! We got Arcane Needle just like that? Thank you! Investigate Shadow Legion activities in Transgression. Home Part 1 completed. Is this? Yes, it is. Oh no, that's just interact. What's up with your dangly bits hanging out?
On the eve before battle, we once carved messages on the inside of the ornamentation we wore upon our tusks. Last words, you might say. Bodies were left to rot where they fell, but these bands were returned to the families of the dead and passed down across generations. I will wear my ancestors for this Operation Ahamkara.
No. I need you here in the city. You and Saladin must ring it with your spears. In all my years, I have faced certain death countless times, and yet never have I felt closer to it than in this moment.
Unlike my ancestors, your people count on a triumphant return.
Empress, I don't think I return from this mission.
Is it that you expect not to return? Or perhaps, Commander, is it that you hope not to?
So we have a little bit of Keitel in this one, which I like to see. Are these all wrong? I feel like these are all wrong. Well, I guess I don't need the old school one. Sorry, I'm just trying to... I want to use that new sniper rifle. I want to play around with the new sniper rifle. Let's pull all these in for a second. I feel like all of the roles are being shown wrong in the dim. Enlightened Action, Firefly, Desperate Measures. I don't have a Frenzy one, do I? Rampage, Shoot to Loot, Kinetic Tremors, Explosive Payload, and then this one was One for All. Explosive Payload. Let's go with that one. We'll go with that one. I want to use the new sniper rifles. Why? Oh. What is the other role on Rampage? Rampage Explosive Payload? No, I haven't used that one. Let's try that. I think that one can go away. All right. Yeah, I want to use this new one. Still Hunt, the exotic sniper rifle that we unlocked yesterday. I kind of want to use that. All right. Let's go. Found in the dark. Investigate Shadow Legion activity in the Transgression. Now transgressions are recognized. Echo. Change front lights to light blue.
Okay.
How about that? How about that? How about that?
Guardian, the Shadow Legion is on the move. Crow reports they're transporting heavy equipment across the Pale Heart, but we don't know to what end.
Your metal is needed, Guardian. Find my father's traitor legion and leave them in ruin.
Leave them in ruin.
Tales of your tenacity never match seeing your battle prowess firsthand. It is why my legions watch your crucible. But at this time, I am reminded of stories of not only Guardians, but the lightless, rallying in defense of their homes in the face of insurmountable odds. To strike down an invasion, to free the traveler, to break the witness.
Where does worm go? That one's little worm didn't come out. Where'd your little worm go? I'm just gonna reload this. There's your little worm. Don't do it. I think when they burn up like that, they shouldn't be able to come back from that. Their little worm should die. Jesus.